It's so important to get first impressions right, and what a difference a door can make. Open a door and you open your mind to what lies inside. It's the definitive first impression. And today's styles, choices and finishes, especially bespoke doors, certainly deliver on that score. With so many of us extending or refurbishing our homes thoroughly, it pays dividends to consider changing your doors to comply with your new look and provide a journey of elegance through your new home. Patrick, when it comes to selecting a door, we have seen a huge change in what's available, in choices. If anything, we're smothered by them. So when somebody comes in to get it right for their home, where do they start?
I think it's a personal decision of exactly what style of door the person wants. It's a reflection on themselves. Because when you open your whole door, the first thing you're going to see is the internal doors of the house. Therefore, they should think of what they want and not rush into a decision or find themselves being forced to a decision. The important thing is you're more likely to change your kitchen than change your doors in your lifetime. It's a lot bigger decision than you initially would think.
We were talking earlier on about, the extent of what people are renovating their homes, Patrick, and one of the important things you mentioned was when it comes to converting into an attic.
When converting an attic of a two-storey house, you essentially are now dealing with a three-storey. Three-storey homes must have fire-rated doors in them where they come onto the landing and hallway areas. Therefore, they also will need the closing mechanism as required by the building regulations, and a fire-rated spring-loaded hinge is available, which does away with the need for either the weight door closer or the overhead door closer, which most people will be familiar with.
Okay. I know we were also talking about underfloor heating.
Yeah.
And, what can happen if you don't have the right door in situ?
Underfloor heating basically requires an engineered door, ideally of hardwood, as in like an oak door, because it will cause doors to warp or twist. Because if you think about it, the heat is constantly coming from the base of the door, and that has a detrimental effect on the door.
Didn't realise that now, and it explains why one of my doors won't close at home. Now, speaking of doors and bespoke projects, I know that you were involved in a house that is outstanding, to say the least. So we're going to take a trip to have a look there, and I must say myself and especially the crew are very excited about having a look at it. So we might go and continue the conversation there.
We will.
Great.
Thank you very much. Well,
we've arrived in style, haven't we?
We have.
And I'd say for a start, this place is everything you said and more. It's some impressive project. So let's go and have a look at these gorgeous doors. Now, Patrick, you weren't joking when you said it was a wow factor house and a magnificent job done. How complicated is a project to achieve the absolute when it comes to the doors that you've selected?
Well, the doors have to fit in with the overall architectural design of the home. This is a modern home, so therefore we have a lot of modern doors used in it. There's also the need for light, because you've got a fantastic view out over the river. So therefore all the doors to the internal areas are largely glass. So in the upstairs, the entrance of the bedrooms are panelled doors for privacy. Into the bathroom areas are glazed with obscure glass, and then the doors from the living areas into the stairwells are also glass, again to get light in.
Okay. When it comes to a project of this sort of, you could say, this level of creativity, it must be sort of quite a detailed chat you all have to sit down with in order to get it right, because as you said earlier on, the last thing you do is get the doors wrong.
Yes, the doors have to fit in with the project. Again, this is a modern town pad, which is quite close to city centre. The feel is modern, complete with the cinema room. So we use modern architrave skirting to blend in with the doors, as well as the modern hardware, the handles and that. The bathrooms, of course, all have privacy turns. which does away with the need for keys and the dangers that they can
Bring
pose
with
to
you
children.
Children,
Yes,
yeah,
exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. How many doors were involved, like from head to toe, you could say?
There's a total per house of 12 interior doors, and then plus the external glazed areas.
Have you found, Patrick, that the lifestyle of people has changed in the sense of how the door, has become more of a living quarters?
Yes, there's a tendency now for people to use more glazed doors than they would have previously used, be it to get more light between areas. Also, you can use obscure glass, as in satinised glass, between areas, which allows light to travel between them, but gives a certain privacy and divides rooms up. And this helps in that you can open the doors back, which on Parliament hinges, which allow an open area to be created.
There seems to be a huge popularity in the folding door, Patrick, and is it something that you're going to see as becoming the norm for the future?
Yes, I think it will, on the basis that you have decking areas usually located outside the door, which used to be your patio area, which people wish to integrate into their homes. You can get folding sliding doors up to 5 metres wide, and that allows you to basically move the room out onto the patio area, weather permitting. The doors are also very well built using insulated glass and other products like that, so that you do not lose a lot of heat, even though you do have a high glazed area.
Oh, Patrick, when we were talking earlier on, we were mentioning the fact that people need to sort of consider choosing a door as a project in difference to a chore. And so, in that case, what are people doing wrong?
The common mistake is to choose for aesthetic reasons as against functionality. It's important to get the function of the door correct, as well as the environment that it's going to sit in, because you're going to be looking at it for a long period of time.
Well, thank you so much, Patrick, for bringing us here to this stunning house and for explaining so much. It was a pleasure meeting you.
You're welcome.